The 884th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code MMA SGPN.
Howdy ho, degenerinos. Welcome to episode 884 of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to my brother. Happy birthday, brother, today. Thank you for coming to the show. I am the Berserker Jeff Fox, and boy, do we have to put in some effort for this episode, but you don't need to know about that. You guys should
appreciate us.
Oh, God, especially Gumby. Gumby's been through a lot to get this to you. Hopefully you're seeing and hearing us properly. I am not seeing anything right now, so Gumby could be making faces at me, he could be doing anything. I just see our logo, but that's okay. We will work with the technology we are given. Because we're here to cover some UFC for you. It's UFC 884. As I mentioned, I am the Berserker Jeff Fox. The other voice you heard, Daniel Gumby Reeland, doing all the behind the scenes work for us. Gumby and I just had to run through the card to make sure we got all the graphics right. And oh boy, these prelims, Gumby, oh boy. And then when you add on top the odds we're getting for these fights, oh boy, this is gonna be an episode, eh?
Yeah, so two things. First of all, you can tell Jeff definitely can't see during the recording we're doing right now because he hasn't commented on my freshly shaven face. Which
I was going to mention that when I could see it before
for just like a brief moment, yes, and then but
he otherwise very handsome.
He would have dedicated the whole episode to that. I feel
to your
like.
Face, Gumby's face.
And then second of all. Just so you guys know, we're going through some technical issues here with the prelims, hopefully clearing it up by the main card. But right now we do not usually have the same graphics as we typically do. The little next MMA little bubbles that we have that pop up during the fight. So you're going to see a little bit closer to what we do when we do our regional MMA. You'll still get the names on the bottom, but it's just going to look different for hopefully one episode here.
So save your complaints, all right? Actually, another thing I want to announce, we have access to our Spotify comments now. So
thanks, guys.
I apologize to everyone who has commented over the past year. We didn't have access to that, but now we have access to that. So, boy, we have some good comments there. Like we have a friend Gumby named Sam, who's multiple comments. So Sam isn't just a one episode person. Honestly, terrible breakdowns was one of his comments. Thank you. And then a few episodes later, you guys are yuck. That's my favorite one. Yuck. You guys are yuck.
I like that. That's funny because he's not even looking at it.
No, exactly.
Yuck feels more visual.
I know. Well, he can tell. He can. If he was looking at us, he would be amazed. All right, but maybe before we dive, speaking of yuck, this card Gumby. Maybe that's why the episode didn't want us to record.
I would say this is odds wise. Maybe the worst UFC event we've ever had to cover. Because, even when we had to cover, what was it? Sergey Spivak versus Martin Cachoeira, which, by the way, is, I think, exactly a year ago from this fight card.
I would take that. I would take that.
August 10th. So, again, not a great fight card then either. They save it for, this is my birthday weekend. They save it for my birthday weekend.
Oh, that's right. Gumby gets an episode soon. Remind me of the weekend. On the weekend, Gumby gets an episode. And Monday, big Gumby birthday blow up. But go ahead.
They got it covered that my birthday weekend they always put on a stinker. But apart from whether or not they're good fights or bad fights, I would say odds wise, this is one of the worst ones. Unless you can talk yourself into picking all underdogs here and somehow hit some kind of weird jackpot, this is, the odds are as wide as they've ever been. I think when we go to our special plays at the end of tomorrow's episode, I think it's going to involve a lot of spreads, totals. You're going to have to get creative because there's just not a lot of best bets that you can put together there.
Yeah, you got to get creative, or like Gumby said, take swings on big dogs. If Gumby's saying he doesn't seem like he's in many dogs, then there's issues there. Or you got to, like Gumby said, get fancy, or just accept what you get and take it. And Gumby's taking. Guess how many more dogs this year you've taken than me?
Probably twice as many.
No, I've taken 70. You've taken 111. So not quite, but yes, quite a lot more. So anyway,
a lot more.
We're both up a lot of money on dogs. So maybe we should just take dogs in every fight.
No, I think not taking all the dogs is probably what's making us make money.
It's true. And to recap, last week Gumby had all the same picks, so we ended up the same 8-4. Thanks to Good old Neil Magny, we pretty much broke even. We were down $10, so which I'll accept. Neil Magny came through though, plus 175 for us. So that was my dog of the week. So there you go. Good old Neil. All right. Next fight, I'm sure they'll serve him up to a young guy again and then destroy him. All right. You may see me reading ads off my phone. Will depend. It depends. So you may see behind the scenes here, but I do need to remind you. Sports Gambling Podcast is back with a 32 NFL team at previews. They are also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out one word of a 32-word phrase. Submit the phrase for a chance to win a $1,000 Circa future. I assume the Dallas Cowboy episode, other than the fact they were America's team, that's one of the reasons, but I assume it's the highest listened to and downloaded episode because of the special guest.
Because of the guests, yeah.
Emmett Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Emmett Smith is no, it
was me and a guy named Serial.
Oh, there's someone else on it? Serial?
Yeah, they have a fan kick off the episode before they bring on the betting analyst.
I knew that. Yeah. I pay attention to the boss's show, of course. All right. I think we wasted way too much time on this horrible card that we have to break down. I guess we're avoiding it. UFC Fight Night, Delizzi versus Fernandes. Yeah, we're back to having middleweight main events.
That's a sick middleweight main event. Sure. Don't knock the main event on this one.
All right. If you think it's a main event worthy, that's cool. Fine by me. This is going down Saturday, August 9th, 4:30 p.m. start time. I had 4 start time, but maybe they pushed it back. So Tapology says 4:30. They normally are more reliable even than the UFC website. We're splitting. It's actually exactly split. 6 prelims, 6 main card fights. So today is all about the amazing prelims that we've. Anyone who's still watching actually really wants to get our picks here. Or they're degens, which is most of you people. Let's break down the first fight. This one was just added here. Thank God, because we need another fight on this card, right? We couldn't just break down 11. We need 12. Cody Brundage. What version of Cody Brundage? I don't know.
High IQ Cody Brundage.
High IQ. If it's high IQ Cody Brundage, then maybe we got something here. He's fighting Eric McConico. Maybe you've heard of him. Probably you haven't. They're fighting at 205.
He fought in the UFC already.
I know he's fought. Yeah, he fought and lost. But yes, Eric McConico, 9-3-1. 4 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out 3 times. 0-1 in the UFC. He's won 5 of 6 though, and 5 of 8. TKO lost in his last fight. Who do you fight to?
Nursultan Ruzaboyev.
And I think it was short notice too, because that wouldn't be a normal matchup. I don't think.
Yeah, they pulled him and Julius Walker, who we'll talk about later on this episode, from Tough Enough, which was supposed to be the same weekend, I think.
Right.
Yeah. And catapulted them both into fights. So he got Nursultan Ruzaboyev. Julius Walker got Alonzo Menafield.
Yeah, because they're both fighters that. They would not be fighting normally unless it was short notice. So McConico fought down at 170, up at 205. 1-1 as a pro grappler, 5 inches of reach over Brundage. He got outstruck in his debut by 2.7 strikes per minute. He's at plus 135. Sorry, this is 205. He fought at 170 and 185, I believe. Brundage, 11-6-1 with 1 no contest, 6 knockouts, 3 submissions. Oh, his nickname unofficially is High IQ. I guess that can't go for every fight though, right? Or is it every fight now, you think?
Sometimes he's High IQ Cody Brundage.
I know that's the thing. That's a nickname. Sometimes High IQ Cody Brundage. He's been knocked out twice, submitted twice. 5-5-1 in the UFC. 1 no contest. 1-1-1 with 1 no contest over his last 4. How amazing is that? He's got 1 of everything. He got a draw in his last fight. This is the craziest draw ever, right? Originally it was a loss for him, and it actually got overturned. Things never get overturned.
Yeah, this one has a good reason for being overturned. Did you see the write-up on it?
The ref stops up and that you weren't allowed.
Well, no, the Georgian Athletic Committee or Commission says you can't score a partial round.
Right.
Different than what we've seen in a lot of other places. So when they called it halfway through the third, they were just supposed to, judge 1 and 2, and then they judged 3, and he wound up losing with the 3. But when you cross the 2 out or the 3 out, he drew with the first 2. So
that's some MMA math there. Gummy just did for us. If only there was unified rules of MMA that people could follow, eh?
I know. Wouldn't that be great?
Anyhow, so that's amazing. He's got 1 of everything over his last 4 fights. So I don't know what he can pull in this fight. There's nothing left for him. He's going to have to double up. 0-1 in Contender Series. Who do you lose to, Gumby?
McConico?
No, Brundage.
Oh, Brundage. Yeah. We've done this every time he fights. I mess up and I say it's Nick Maximoff, and then it's not Nick Maximoff.
So who is it then?
But it's somebody like Nick Maximoff. Oh, no, because then I say it's somebody like Nick Maximoff, and it's wrong. No, I can't remember. I'll never remember who he lost.
He lost to Bo Nickel. That was in the UFC. He lost to William Knight. Not a good loss.
Nick Willie.
Yeah, like if they fought now, there's no way you would pick Knight over Brundage, but it happened. Moss Region Championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get the shirt, get the merch, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. 4 years younger than McConico, better striking stats, twice more active landing strikes. He's been outstruck in the UFC, but just barely though, minus 0.67 strikes per minute. Better grappling stats than McConico. That's based all those stats are based off one fight from McConico where he got steamrolled. Minus 145. So a low fight, but as people in the Discord are not happy about betting Cody Brundage in 2025 as a favorite, but you may have to here, right?
I'm gonna go Cody Brundage. I'm gonna go Cody Brundage. Okay.
Me too.
I'm not super thrilled about it because if you've watched some of McConico's fights, like he kind of comes on late with good striking. Mm-hmm. You know, he's the MMA lab guy, right? I feel like he's an MMA lab guy. And he kind of you know, gets better as the fight goes on. He downloads information. You know, I saw him, you know, land some really brutal body shots late in one of his fights. And that definitely gives him a chance against Cody Brundage. I mean, I think that's why your odds are close, right? Is that like you can hold on and deal with an onslaught. But the problem for me is just like his grappling has been really bad in his past fights. Like I watched his fight with Maki Pitolo, coconut bombs.
Coconut bomb?
Yeah, you remember coconut bombs. Coconut bombs seem to be the better grappler of the two, and that's a problem. That's not something you want to. A way you want to win a fight is by being a worse grappler than coconut bombs, but coming on late. And so, like, again, if this is high IQ Cody Brundage, like, there's no reason he just doesn't take him down repeatedly, right? Yeah. There's no reason he doesn't. Yeah, bring the grind. Of course, we don't know that Cody Brundage will ever do that. He did look good for one round against Mansour Abdul Malik. That should give us some level of excitement. I'm going to go Cody Brundage. I don't feel good about it, though.
Well, I am, too. But it's the best line pretty much on the card, though, so we can be positive.
Yeah, you can't use this as a lock, though.
No.
I'm going to bar you right now from using this as your lock of the week.
That's what friends do, right? Friends don't let friends drive drunk. Friends don't let friends bet Cody Brundage.
We don't mind if you bet him. We just won't let you lock him. Friends don't let friends lock Cody Brundage.
Put that on a shirt. That's a big seller for sure. All right. I'm going to read you some ads. You may see me read them. You may not, but that's okay. Where it's like the Wizard of Oz when we go behind the curtain. Underdog Fantasy, ladies and gentlemen. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog also is a great place to play Pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times your entry. And this is the part where I say, Gumby, give us a play.
You know, we're going to stick with MLB. MLB has been real nice to us, and obviously the games have already started Wednesday by the time this is getting in your ears. So let's kick it on over to Thursday. I'm going to go with my Atlanta Braves, praying that they have some semblance of juice left, and we're going to go with the strikeout line on Carlos Carrasco. Carlos Carrasco is in the major leagues right now and pitching for a real team. Let's take the higher than on his strikeouts. In his Braves debut, he picked up 5. He gets the Marlins here. I think he goes higher than the strikeout projection.
It's just the Marlins too. Sign up for their. I guess
they've been kind of good
right this year. Yeah,
I think they're 500.
Yep, they're having a good year for the Marlins. Sign up for their code MMA SGPN. That way you get to claim a special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code MMA SGPN. And of course, we are brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet in every sport, including MLB, WNBA golf, and of course, football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit, late fast payouts using crypto. You can get your Cody Brundage lines at MyBookie, of course. When you do head to MyBookie.ag to bet your house on Cody Brundage. No, don't do that. I forgot. We're saying not to do that. Promo code MMASGPN when you sign up. But you get 100% deposit match up to $1,000. So that would be MMA SGPN at mybookie.ag. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag. Pro code MMA SGPN. Don't lock Cody Brundage, but bet him if you want, but just don't lock him. All right. Let's go to another exciting fight, shall we? I'm sure we got to have a good fight next. Oh, of course. Women's flyweights. Gabriella Fernandes from Brazil. Julija Stoliarenko. She is from Lithuania. 125. Not 5 rounds. Thank God. 3 rounds. God. 3 5-minute rounds. Stoliarenko 11-8-2 with 10 submissions. Knocked out 4 times. Submitted once. 2-6 in the UFC over 2 stints. Win over her last 4. 2-5 over her last 7. Got TKO'd in the last bout. That was back in February 2024. He's not won since July 2023. He's fed at 135 and 145. 1-0 in Invicta. Regional champ. 2012 Pro MMA debut. 3-0 in Let left way, and the champion there. So she's good at headbutting at least. A BJJ champ, an inch taller than Fernandes, better grappling stats than Fernandes. That's not really a surprise, I guess. She's been outstruck by 2.05 strikes per minute. That will lose you some fights. Plus 370. Oh boy, the odds are getting even worse. Gabby Fernandes, 10-3, 2 knockouts, 4 submissions, never been finished. 2-2 in the UFC. However, she's won 2 straight. 2-2 over her last 4, 9-2 over her last 11. Submission win in the last bout. Is not lost since June 2023. Used to fight at 135 and 115. Better striking stats, more active landing strikes. She has been outstruck by 2.04 strikes per minute, minus 380. Oh, God. Give me Fernandes, I guess. Going to be a better striker, even though left way champ should be a good striker, but Stoliarenko has not really carried that over.
We don't really know like
what
the
left
level
way
of
is.
left way, right?
It's
like,
true.
We like,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, she could be better than some people. I'm gonna go with Fernandes as well. Like, first of all, she stood and traded with Carly Judici, and won a split decision. Now, granted, that was razor close, but we know how good the striking of Carly is now, right? Like that aged really well. And like, look at the losses. I mean, the Teresa Bleda one maybe doesn't age all that well, but the Jasmine Jasudavicius one does. You know, she lost to Jasmine Jasudavicius, and that's a tough loss. The other piece for me is just like Stoliarenko is so bad if she can't submit you, right? And like Fernandes is not.
That's all she can do.
Well, she's got 2 wins both by submission, and they're both against like kickboxers from overseas, right? Like it was Molly McCann she weirdly tapped out, and was it Jessica Rose Clark? I think it was Jessica Rose Clark was the other one. So like 2 strikers who were like pretty poor on the ground, right? And she armbarred both of them. Like,
you're right, Jessica Rose Clark. No, both armbar. She has 1 career decision win. So there you go.
Yeah, and she's not armbarring Gabby Fernandes. She's not knocking her out.
Jiu-jitsu too.
Yeah, Fernandes is good at jiu-jitsu too, and like we saw her go toe to toe with Kong Wang on the feet and tag her, and stole that victory from probably a pretty good prospect in Kong Wang. So like Fernandes has got hands. I was excited about her before she came to the UFC. A little less after the Bleda loss, but yeah, give me Gabby Fernandes.
That's not a good loss for sure, but hey, it shouldn't matter.
Well.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? You think, oh, the odds can't get worse than minus 380. Oh, you just wait. Hold my beer. Here comes the next fight. I lost the next fight. Here it is. Uros Medic from Serbia, Gilbert Urbina from the United States. They're fighting at 170. Urbina, we're going to tell you about first. The RGV bad boy, obviously, is 7-3, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. Knocked out once, submitted twice. So he's been, sorry, that's the wrong guy. Knocked out once, submitted once. For him, 1-2 in the UFC. Loss, win, loss. It's been his UFC career. 2-3 over his last 5. TKO loss in his last bout. That was back in February 2023. He's not won since February 2024. He's not won since May 2023. So not very active over the past, 2 years. 1-1 in the Ultimate Fighter. Used to fight at 185. 2014 Pro MMA debut. 2 inches taller than Medic. 4 inches of reach advantage over him. 3 years younger. All that's positive. More active landing strikes than Medic. He's outstruck his opponents in the UFC by 1 strike per minute. Plus 350. I told you the odds are getting. Actually, no. That's a little better. But yeah, Medic. Just wait for Medic's. The Doctor, 10-3. 8 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted twice. He owes his rounds, damn it. 4-3 in the UFC. Loss, win, loss. 3-2 over his last 5. Got knocked out in his last fight. 1-0 contender series. He's fight at 155, 185. Better striking stats. Outstruck his opponents by 2.03 strikes per minute. Minus 420. Ouch.
Yeah, I'm going Uros Medic.
Yeah, me too.
It's weird. I'm like a big Gilbert Urbina fan. I really like that guy. The big problem though is that like he just got knocked out by Chuck Buffalo, right?
Yep.
Fight, and then had a huge layoff.
Medic is better than Chuck Buffalo.
No, he's definitely way better than Chuck Buffalo. And like, look, I know his recent results don't speak really well for Medic, but like the big thing about him is he's got dynamite for hands. Like, I mean, what is it? His last 5 or 6 wins have all been by knockout. Like he hits so hard. He's really fast. Like he could round his game out more, but I mean, is Urbina going to take him down and sub him? Doesn't feel like that's the avenue there for him. And like, here's the other thing about Urbina. Like we've seen Urbina up at 85 a lot, and he's not even really fast at 85. And now we're going to drop him down to 70 where he's, I imagine going to look even slower than he did up at 85. Right. And Medic is a fast 70 guy. So yeah, I'd like Uros Medic here. I think the hands are too clean, too fast, too explosive. And Gilbert Urbina has been, knocked out by guys who don't hit as hard. So yeah, Earls Medic. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, me too. Better striker. You got to go with the better striker. If you're thinking, oh, okay, I'll take him via knockout then. Minus 225.
Another thing. Every single time I went to look for props or spreads or totals or whatever, I was like, well, I can get it at negative 200, so there's that.
Yeah, I think the best, like the article I wrote was my prop plays minus 175. I won't give it away because I may have to use it tomorrow. But yeah, I
got a worse one than that. So
oh boy, can't wait. All right, odds get a bit better next fight, a little bit better. 135. We're talking women's bantamweight. Joselyne Edwards from Panama, Priscila Cachoeira from Brazil. Let's break it down. 135. Zombie Girl Cachoeira 13-6 with 8 knockouts, been submitted to 4 times, 5-6 in the UFC, taking this fight on short notice. 1-2 over her last 3, 3-3 over her last 6, knockout win in her last bout. Used fed at 125, missed weight at 125. It's been outstruck by 3.12 strikes per minute plus 300. La Pantera 15-6, 6 knockouts, 4 submissions. She's been submitted once. Durable 6-4 in the UFC. She's won 2 straight. Before that, she lost 2 straight, and she's gone 5-2 over her last 7. Both of her past 2 wins via finish. Missed weight 3 times at 135, so look for that to happen again. Yeah, you predicted last week too. The weight miss, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I called that. I actually said it was more likely that he would miss weight and they would call off the fight than Bunes would win it.
That was Mr. Lightweight
Raffael Stefan.
Yes. Yeah.
Who said he missed on purpose, by the way, after the fact.
Oh God, really?
Whoa. Yeah, he said it was either compromise his fighting or compromise his or take down his weight, and he was like, I'll just miss weight.
I guess at least he's honest. I guess he's lucky he's undefeated. The UFC probably won't cut him. I'd be like, okay, you're fighting a bantamweight now.
Say that to Martin Budai.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Poor little liquor out for Martin Budai. Edwards used to fight down at 125, up at 145. She's got multiple regional championships on her.
Mantle.
Correct. Get her shirt, get her merch, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. 2015 Pro MMA debut. She's an inch taller on Cachoeira, 5 inches reach on her, 7 years younger. Pretty much everything is in Edwards' favor here. Striking stats. More active landing strikes, grappling stats. She outstruck her opponents at 1.42 strikes per minute, minus 300. I go first. I know Gumby's play here, but I'm taking Edwards here.
You do know I'm going Cachoeira.
I know.
How do you know that?
I read your article. I support you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't read any of your stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. My wife doesn't. No one does. Actually, you fans do. No one who knows me personally does it. Cachoeira's just a punching bag. I know a lot of the stats
here's my argument.
Are because of the one fight, but she's not better on the feet, and she's definitely not better on the ground. So, but she's got more power. I will give her that. She has more power.
So I'm saying the one fight, right? Like you're pointing out the fact that Valentina Shevchenko landed 385 strikes on her or whatever.
That may not be an exaggeration either.
I might not be lying. Who was it? Was it Mazzagatti there?
Probably.
Or Yamasaki. It might have been Yamasaki. Whoever it was. The ref wanted blood that night and wanted a death in the cage. And it helped catapult Valentina Shevchenko to stardom, which is maybe what the UFC wanted all along. But I don't even think it's just that fight. I think all of the bad press around Priscila Cachoeira, all the understanding that she's a terrible fighter and all the bad stats and all that kind of stuff is just because she keeps trying to make 125 pounds.
Yeah.
I think if she stopped trying to make 125 pounds, I think she beast modes a lot of women at 135 pounds. And in fact, if you take the 5 fights she's fought in her career at bantamweight, she's 4-1. Her only loss is Jasmine Jasudavicius coming up a weight class, which, again, no shame in that. And all 4 of the wins are by knockout. And so, if we just take that sample size and we treat Priscila Cachoeira, the bantamweight, as a different human being than Priscila Cachoeira, the flyweight, she seems kind of deadly. I'm going to be honest with you. And, you're talking about a recent good run for Joselyne Edwards. What'd she do? She knocked out Chelsea Chandler, right? That's the fight that Chelsea Chandler headbutted the wall. Right. And who did she beat before that? It was somebody terrible too. Tamiris Vidal, right? Who's not even in the UFC anymore. She subbed Tamiris Vidal and she knocked out Chelsea Chandler. Do those fights age well? Not really. And I know Joselyne Edwards has a grappling advantage, right? She's got a bunch of takedowns and that's where she wants to fight, but she's actually scored a bunch of takedowns before and then lost fights by decision because she stands up, she gets hit by somebody who hits a lot harder, and the judges remember that. And so for me, I like Cachoeira's chances to both catch her or land hard enough strikes on the feet that people forget the fact that Joselyne Edwards had 3 minutes of control time and literally no strikes in that time. So yeah, I'll take the dog. Give me Cachoeira.
That's what times we have. Hard times, ladies and gentlemen. Hard times are upon us. Gumby's telling you why you should take Cachoeira. No, actually, the Chelsea Chandler, when she ran into the cage, was what's her name? Norma Dumont was chasing after her. That one,
okay.
So I remember the GIF is embedded in my mind. But yes.
Okay. I'll allow it.
All right. Another Brazilian fighter, but none. Oh, actually, Panamanian. But yes. Anyhow, let's get into an ad read, shall we? Before I talk some more crap. Circa Million and Circa Survivor, the world's greatest sportsbook. Circa Las Vegas is hosting the world's biggest pro football contests. That will be Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true degen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Come hang out with SGPN at the Circa contest weekend, August 21st to 23rd, for an amazing weekend, including live shows and open bars. Plus, you get 15% off a stay at the Circa with promo code SGP15. The contests are open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. And Rhythm's power trends are now called Smart Signals. Rhythm continues to crush it with Smart Signals, essentially the best of what their house model has to offer. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. For example, strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Smart Signals are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets. Here's some stats for you. MLB Smart Signals are crushing it. Mike Trout and Giancarlo Stanton are combined 14-0 in Smart Signals, recommending their unders. NBA Smart Signals since All-Star break is 27-16 on Smart Signals with 23.3% ROI. They're absolutely cooking. Download the Rhythm app, check out Smart Signals, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. Gumby, do you have a Smart Signal play for us?
I'll tell you, they hooked me up with a little bit of knowledge on how bad Mackenzie Gore has been lately. Going into what was it? Let's see. We're recording this on Wednesday, so it would have been Tuesday's game. Mackenzie Gore had only had 10 strikeouts since the All-Star break and 3 starts, and he was lined at 6.5 for his game against the A's, who had not been striking out lately, and wouldn't have known it if they didn't hook me up to it. He threw 3+ and struck out nobody, and so we took the under there on Mackenzie Gore.
Boom, boom, boom. So check out Rhythm. You can check it out for free with a 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpockets.com/rhythm. That is spelled RITHMM, Rhythm. All right, we are to our co-main event of the prelims or something. Elijah Smith, United States. Toshiomi Kazama, he is from Japan. Bantamweight, break it down by telling you about Kazama. He's the silent finisher. 11 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's knocked out 3 people, submitted 6 people. He himself has been knocked out 3 times, 1 and 2 in the UFC. So he's won 1 of 3 and 2 of 5. He got submitted. Oh, he won via submission in his last bout. That was back in August 2024. He's not lost a fight since August 2023. Apparently, this man only fights in August. 1-0 on road to UFC. He's a regional champ. He's fed at 145. He's been outstruck in the road to UFC and in the UFC by 2.17 strikes per minute, plus 547. Here we go. Swift Elijah Smith, 8-1, 4 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out once, 1-0 in the UFC, 1-0 Contender Series. He's won 6 straight. He's not lost since March 2023. Regional champion. He's fed at 145, 2 inches taller, 2 inches of reach over Kazama, 5 years younger than him. Better striking stats, twice more active landing strikes, better grappling stats as well. He's been outstruck in the UFC, but in Contender Series, but only by 0.04 strikes per minute. Minus 590. We go minus 590 again, Gumby?
Yeah, I'm going to go Elijah Smith.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a big Elijah Smith fan. And when I went to go watch film on Kazama, pretty much, it's pretty clear to me. It's like he gets a takedown and dominates on top, or he loses. And Elijah Smith has dealt with guys who I think are better wrestlers than Kazama already. Like he beat Aaron Tao on Contender Series, who's now tearing it up on road to the UFC, trying to make his way to the UFC after failing the first time. I like Aaron Tao. Like I think that dude's nasty. And Smith out-grappled him, outworked him on the feet. Pretty much had the whole package in that fight. Kazama, I don't think's that good. I went to go look up what like Elijah Smith minus 3.5 was to see if that was like worth swinging into a lock. It's negative 400, which is like
that's what we're just talking about.
Even the spreads aren't really playable because like I think the idea of Kazama winning a round and not getting finished is like crazy to anybody, which is pretty much where we are in this fight. I like Elijah Smith. Might look for some finish props as we get a little bit closer, but yeah, he's the play here.
Yeah, me too. Like Gummy said, at least I tried my hardest to try to justify some dogs here on the prelims, and it's very difficult. Like, it's just, yeah, you can't just take a dog for the sake of taking a dog. I guess you could. I'm sure some dog will come through here, but yeah, we can't really recommend any of them. Oh, I guess Gumby just did. Other than that, main event time, maybe main event of the prelims. Maybe we can recommend a dog here. We'll see. Julius Walker, United States of America. Raffael, Cerqueira from, or it's probably Cerqueira, right? Cerqueira from Brazil, as you can tell by my bad pronunciation. We'll tell you about him first. Cerqueira. He's a Brazilian with no nickname, which is odd. He should be called Ronda, right? They're all called
unless Cerqueira is just not his last
name. It probably is. You're right.
That's a real chance of that. Like McConico.
Yep. Very true. He's 11-2, regardless of what you call him. 8 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out twice. You owe us round, sir. 0-2 in the UFC. Both those losses have come via TKO. Regional champion, used to fight up at heavyweight. He's been outstruck by 7.15 strikes per minute. Punching bag, plus 512. Juicebox Walker, 6-1, 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. Never been finished himself. He owes us rounds. 0-1 in the UFC. That was his only loss, which was his last fight. He has multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get a shirt, get a merch, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. He used to fight at heavyweight as well. He's an inch taller than Cerqueira. 2 inches of reach on him, 9 years younger. Better striking stats, more active landing strikes, better grappling stats as well. Very small sample sizes here. Walker was outstruck in his debut by 0.07 strikes per minute. Minus 588. I got to take Walker. Sorry. He surprised us. He surprised me at the very least. About
I think I took Walker in that fight over Alonzo
Menifield. He looks so good. Short notice against Alonzo Menifield. Cerqueira is not Alonzo Menifield. Cerqueira has been knocked out in back-to-back fights. Julius Walker finishes people. Pretty obvious pick for me here.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm a little hesitant on, so like he won me over with his striking against Alonzo Menifield, right? Like, because he had the cardio, he had everything, and it's crazy that he had the cardio. Because if you listen to this week's episode of the Top Turtle MMA podcast, he was supposed to fight at heavyweight the week after he took this short notice fight, and he talks to me about a lot of the weight that he cut. He was in a bad place to make weight, and then he made it, and still had the cardio to go 15 with Alonzo Menifield. Like, that's a pretty impressive run. And like won the fight on one of the judges' scorecards. So like, his striking came around for me. The only thing that gives me a little pause here is that like most of his wins on the regional scene are with just like superior jiu-jitsu. And I've never seen what the ground game of Cerqueira really looks like. Like, maybe he's good down there. It would explain why he gets knocked out violently by everybody who's fought in the UFC, right? Like Ibo Aslan was the first one, right? That just like knocked him silly. And I'm trying to remember the other one, but he's just like, he spent like 3 minutes in the UFC and has been like hit 700 times. So like Julius Walker should be able to knock him out. Julius Walker's also got like a ground game that like he tends to lean on. So like I could see this being like a weird fight via game plan, because Menifield, he knew what he wanted to do against Cerqueira. Like the thing he does best is something we've never seen from Cerqueira. So like I've got some question marks there, but yeah, of course I'm taking Walker here too. Cerqueira has shown nothing that makes me confident, particularly the really low hands and the allowing people to punch him in the mouth.
Yep. Rafael Lima de Cerqueira is his name. So
okay,
no nickname.
Time
for a nickname, sir. All right. Let's recap and get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Walker, we got Smith. I have Edwards, he has Cachoeira. We got Medic, we got Fernandes, we've got Brundage. We made it through the episode. Hopefully you made it through too. If you're hearing this, then you made it through. You can chat more with us in the Discord, sportsgamblingpockets.com/Discord. On the YouTube channel, thank you, everyone. It continues to grow. You continue to watch all our videos. We appreciate it. You can hit us up in the comments at MMA Gambling Podcast. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Please, thanks. On Twitter, SGPN MMA. Gummy runs that for us. He's at Gummy Relay, and I'm at Jeff Fox Writer there and on Instagram. Check out my Substack. I'm running a pick'em contest for this horrible fight card at moneymma.substack.com. At least maybe you can win something off this at the very least for free. Gumby, he mentioned his other podcast. It's called Top Turtle. Tell the people who is on the show this week.
Yeah, Juicebox Walker, who I just mentioned. And then we're also talking to Neve Kinahan, who is making her MMA debut over in Octagon this weekend.
So check out Top Turtle, wherever you get your fine podcasts. And of course, sportsgamblingpockets.com, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. Get your merch, sportsgamblingpockets.com/Patreon to get your bonus content. Back tomorrow, if technology permits. I am silent finisher, Jeff Fox. He is the doctor. Gumby Reeling. We'll talk to you then.